Cancer, to decipher what's the theme for you in different areas of your life, starting off with love, romance, and relationships. So let's have a look what's coming up for Cancer. Love, romance, relationships. Cancer, love, romance, relationships. Okay, channeling. As I said, there's a lot of prominence around you, I feel. Cancer, you're beginning to tune into someone's frequency, or they're tuning into yours. I definitely believe it's reciprocated here in the form of the Temperance card. You can see the blues. I think the blues is you, and then the yellows is someone else's energy, and like you're coming together in a beautiful yin and yang energy, which means that the two of you are definitely channeling each other. Okay, this is powerful. This is feelings are beginning to mean something. Okay, feelings are culminating to the surface. These beautiful blues here, this is all about emotions. And the fact that channeling means someone may be responding to you emotionally. They may be expressing how they feel, but to channel that energy is quite powerful here, Cancer. And I do think that you're tuning into someone, you're channeling each other, so you're vibing, okay? You're connecting really well here. If you've just met with someone and it's online, I feel like there's good things happening. You're vibing together very well. You're channeling each other emotionally, which means that there's a closeness, okay? There's a bond that's forming, whether you're aware of it or not, whether this connection is quite brief, whether it's just started, it's still in its early stages, it may be. But it does go to show that the two of you are channeling each other in a very powerful way. It's connected to the number 3. Now, the number 3 is mind, body, spirit, you know, birth, life, death. It's the trine, okay? Possibly a lover's triangle. The reason I say that is because in this column, you might have options in love, Cancer. If there's an earth sign, I feel like the earth sign might have, there's another facet to the earth sign, or there's another side to them that you haven't seen before. It could be to fire as well. Most prominently, you have Sagittarius, Aries, Cancer that have come up in the cards. But look, if you're dealing with this earth sign of Sagittarius, you know, I think it's more to do with the earth sign, because it's coming up with the 3. But of course, it could be a fire sign or a Cancer as well here. But I feel like there's another priority that's coming into play here. But you're vibing on it, okay? So I'm not sure if you're suspicious that someone is doing something behind your back, that someone's not being authentic or truthful or faithful. Cancer, you're picking up the vibes here. You're extremely intuitive this month. So if this is something you think is going on behind your back, I would follow your intuition if I were you, because these beautiful blues, that is your color, and you're channeling, okay? Now, for some, I don't think it's another person. I think it's more to do with another priority. There's something else that's coming in and you're picking up on it. You want answers, okay, Cancer? This is you. When we channel something, we want a response, okay? We want some sort of suggestive feedback or something like this. You might be asking for that from someone, okay, that you're involved with romantically. What I'm also getting is those that have long distance connections here, I feel like the roles are a little bit reversed. I'm not sure if you've been talking to other people online, or this person has come across your social media page or anything, but I feel like there's going to be some jealousy evoked. And the reason I say that is because the 7 of Wands, you're channeling someone's defensive side. So for some reason, I think, you know, the roles could be reversed. They could be channeling your jealous side or your defensive side, but something's going to occur, and it's going to channel some new feelings here. It could be the online thing, okay? They sit in the same column. It could be this online connection here with the World card, or a long distance thing. You might be channeling someone foreign here as well, okay? This person is coming in interstate, foreign, different city, country. This person is thinking about you, or someone is growing possessive, okay? Could be you. I honestly feel for some of you there's going to be a confrontation here because of jealousy this month. Not sure if it's a spouse or someone you just started seeing, Cancer. You know, the Fool card, someone's still being blasé. I think it's the other person here, Cancer, because you've come up in your power. You've come up with the Moon and the Crab. So I don't think it's you. I think once you fall for someone and you're attached to them, you know, you very much uphold those values. And I feel like the different direction that I pointed to in the general reading really signifies you're channeling the right vibes about this person. So if you feel like they're doing a bit of gallivanting, you know, they're still gallivanting around like a bachelor or a bachelorette, you know, and that's what the Fool is. The Fool isn't very settled. It's, you know, he's still very, or she's still very open-minded, and there's no sort of settling down, grounded energy with the Fool card, because they're always just on to the next thing, on to the next thing. So some of you, there's going to be something channeled here, okay? It's almost like tuning in. It's going to be juicy, Cancer, okay? There is a confrontation coming because someone's still being a fool. Someone's still not understanding the value of a connection, and I don't think it's you. I think it's someone else around you. I mean, it could be you, Cancer. You've come up here twice, in fact, so it can be that you're not realizing someone is wanting to offer you something, and maybe the Fool is you. Okay, maybe this is your inner persona, but outwardly you're portraying that you're not ready to settle, or you're not ready to commit in some way here. Maybe this is coming up, okay? But the Three of Pentacles, as I said, it could be another priority coming in. If you're channeling the Three of Pentacles energy, I hate to be blunt about this, but some of you have put other priorities in front of your relationship, and as a result, this person feels like you don't care about them anymore. This person feels free to do what they want. They might feel independent, or they feel like they're not tied down to you in a way. So I'm not sure if you've been neglecting this person, if you've been juggling other tasks, but they're wanting to tune in emotionally, okay? They're wanting to reconnect. And you'll see this. There's the confrontation, the Seven of Wands. It's territory, it's defensiveness, and I think a lot of you will experience some sort of hiccup in your love life. But as I said, you'll have the last say. Didn't I say that? You'll have the last say, you'll have the last laugh. That's why I think you understand. You're a little bit more evolved than they are, Cancer. Especially when it comes to feelings, you might be more emotionally invested than they are. And maybe that's why you feel like you need to teach them a lesson, or you need to conquer, or you need to jump into this, or you need to instigate this fight, because you need to teach them the lesson here. And you'll do what it takes to get there. You know, hopefully it's not like a bloodbath or anything, but it can get quite heated. But some of you are absolutely channeling someone that's another half, that's your counterpart, that's the yang to your yin, or the yin to your yang. So very, very powerful energy. It's a destined love. You're channeling a very strong emotional connection where the two of you can create a new life together. So that's very powerful indeed. You might be meeting through career or travels, okay? Strong online connections with someone here. That could lead to something very potential. Let's have a look at career, finance, professional realm, transformation. Okay, this is very powerful. Something is transforming here. There's a new beginning coming in. You've got the number 9 and the 1, which make 10, which come down to the number 1. This is leadership, reinventing yourself, individuality, self-empowerment. There could be someone along the way that helps you under the sign of a Sagittarius. The globe has come up twice, okay? The world has come up twice. This could be a new reinvention on your social media page. This could be a reinvention of the persona you portray. Say, for example, if you have like a pen name or a professional persona, you might be sprucing up resumes, sprucing up online social media or online networking websites, business launches, and things like this. Massive transformation on an international scale. So this could also be the company that you're working for as well, Cancer. There could be... I feel like if you're working for a business or a company, they're testing the waters, okay? They're not really, they want to change the company or make a restructure. They're not really sure of how they're going to go about it. So it's almost like they're sending in someone to do the decoy. It might be you, Cancer. You might be stuck with the short end of the stick, and you might be it's almost like you're testing, poking and prodding and really seeing what works and what doesn't. It could be like the test phase. So it could be like a trial, it could be like clinical trials, it could be like a testing phase, test drives, experimental strategies. things that are testing the waters, because the Fool does that. And I feel like if that's coming in, there's transformational energy. So someone's wanting a fresh approach or a fresh start or a new person to come on board. And I do believe that there is someone new coming in professionally to help assist the business, to work for the business. They could come from working from an international company, or they will be communicating to you online. Okay, so online through Skype or other... if you have like a database or software that you work with, this person will be communicating to you through there. There's business travel coming up for some of you if you are involved in hospitality or finance, or spirituality, or, you know, the travel industry, whatever sort of industry you're in. There will be opportunities, brand new opportunities to travel, to explore. It can also be to hone in on your skills here as well, Cancer. The Three of Pentacles is a multitasking energy. So there might be 2 or 3 different incomes. You might be receiving 2 or 3 different incomes, or dabbling in different jobs. It's all about variety. It's very colorful, okay? I feel like work is going to be quite vibrant. All these colors here in the cosmos, you know, this is all about, it's light reflecting, but it's symbolic of like supernovas and stardust. So it can definitely speak of destined changes, you know, and these sorts of cosmological things that happen, you know, the white dwarfs and supernovas and, you know, the dying stars. It's all a process, but it all happens very magnificently, okay? So I feel like it's almost like a splash of color, or like, you know, exposure to the world somehow, you know, through a business launch, through artwork, through events, through your creations, your designs, your creativity. Someone will see this, okay? You're making an impression. It's a long-lasting impression, Cancer. I said that to you in the general, and I believe in relation to work, it is something to do with reinventing yourself, transforming your look, transforming your skills, transferring your skills even. But it is about change, more so about you as an individual. There's an online course popping up for some of you that you will be hesitant to take, but you'll actually jump into it and excel at it extremely well. It might be a little bit of you for you to juggle this, so you might have to learn to mediate something here with the Temperance card. As well. The confrontation is here. I feel like there's resistance to change. This is why I think there's something to do with the testing phase, or things are in early stages. Nothing's being concluded as yet. Nothing is being concrete. Nothing is set in concrete or being concluded. Things are still up in the air. But I feel like something's going to make a hit, okay? Something's going to take off really well. It's going to leave a lasting impression, particularly if it is something you advertise or you emit to the world through media, through film, through the internet, through advertising, through marketing. Some sort of exposure here will be a hit. And you won't expect it. You won't expect it because you don't have high hopes for it for some reason, Cancer. You just don't feel like it's going to be what you think it'll be. But actually, you'll be pleasantly surprised here. And you could be very possessive over the idea and you know, want to take the credit for it, because I do believe on some level here it is a very a groundbreaking discovery or idea or restructure or transformation. A lot of it will be accredited to you because you're in the spotlight here, okay? You're being noticed by people, colleagues, workers, especially people online, through websites, through designs, through networking contacts. There's a lot of exposure in the World Wide Web, and some of you are coming to prominence, okay? Transformative roles, transformative duties, something that you'll be doing that, you know, it's going to bring a lot of success because you're going to change it on some level here, Cancer. So, you know, this does very much point to a lot of success, but it's being success that's attributed to you. There could be someone else, the yin and the yang and the two what looks like unicorns here. There could be someone else very close next to you that's helping along the way as well. So you might have to share your credit with this person. And then you might just team up, okay, for this transformation, for this change with a wholesaler, stakeholder, person. And then it's almost like you'll go your own paths. You'll continue to journey different directions after this transformation has taken place in your career. So that's quite interesting. I will leave it at that though, Cancer. I hope this reading has been insightful.